How are we all doing? Merry Christmas, everybody. It's Banter Claus. I don't know. It's Banter Claus. So it looks like we're having a bit of banter in here at the moment, by the looks of it. Yes, yeah. George left me a little present in a radio, which I've had to derect and fry it. Oh dear. Anyway, how are we all doing? Hope you enjoyed that yesterday. Away at Royal Wooton Bassett yesterday at the British Vintage Wireless Society swap meet and auction. So I popped out that video yesterday. Hopefully you like that. It's a bit different, but I did stick an intro and done all the rest of it. Yeah, it's a perfect present. Thank you, Andre. I've been shafted, am I? Again. Right, we've got a few people to say hello to by the looks of it. There's loads in. Mr. Cody's, I believe, was first in. Also at the auctions yesterday, picked up a load of good stuff. I'm sure we'll see that on Paul's channel at some stage. So if you're not subscribed, Mr. Cody's. I think Paul was first in, but he's got knocked off the top. Simon's World, open all the boxes. I tell you what, there's so much stuff in this room. I literally can't move. I literally can't move. Penguin's struggling. Can only just fit Penguin in today. Afternoon, Aston. Radio related. It is mostly radio related today, but I don't even know if we've got enough time to get through all this lot today. I've got so much stuff. Hi Ganesh, Maru. Chris, did I get you something? Sadly, I didn't, Chris. I didn't know you wanted anything. Paul is saying start with the Volksempfänger. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, Volksempfänger. But yeah, I'm sure you've seen that one on the picture. That was my most expensive purchase yesterday, and we'll have a look at that in a minute. Some lovely bit of kit. The Murphy, sadly, the Murphy wasn't a purchase from there. It was. It's been transported around by Mr. Steve Pendlebury and George Christofi. I've both had their hands on it. It was slightly modified by George, which I've had to demodify for censorship purposes. And the reason I'm late was I was trying to censor that one out, George, and just still show the photo, but I am had chance, unfortunately. I will do. Chris, you got a couple of the German sets as well. Very nice. I'd love a DKE 38 to be honest, but they come up occasionally, but they're just so expensive. So we've got a bit of history coming on about the German People's Radio, and say I've got a bit of a thing going at the moment with World War II and the history of it all, and Germany in particular. So I've been after one of these sets for a little while. Afternoon, Theo. You munching on a cheese bun and drinking some Bovril. Very nice too. Michael, hi Michael. Hi Rolf. Andrew Ausfer. He's got a spare room full of people's sets. Excellent. Are they all new in boxes, Andrew? Because I wouldn't mind one of those. If they're all new in boxes, I'm there. I'll drive up and get it. TF144. I tell you what, Andrew, I got that out of the boot of my car on my own, stupidly. Knackered my shoulder up again. Mrs. Cruncher had to help carry that upstairs, so it's coming up on the bench, Andrew, if I can get it up on here. Rob Cross, how are you, mate? You've got a lot to do this evening, okay. Benji's in. Hi, Benji. Mac Vision, afternoon, Mac, and thanks for the super chat as well yesterday, Mac. I've seen that pop in, thank you. I'll sell it. Yeah. I won't sell it. I won't be selling that one, Paul, I don't think. I don't think I'll get another one as good as that. Afternoon, Nick. Petronics. George is in. Hi, George. Anthony Carter. Hi, Anthony. The Murphy was certainly the biggest thing I got on Sunday, but It is the biggest thing I got on Sunday, but it certainly isn't the heaviest by a long shot. Afternoon, Derek. Afternoon, Multi. Doug's in. Hi, Doug. Murphy. We'll see some Murphy. Chris is in. Hi, Chris. I've not caught up with your Electric Blue video yesterday. That sounds bad, doesn't it? But I do sort of remember those films back in the day, you know. But I will catch up with that, Chris, when I get a chance. I am stopped today. It's been mental. Been absolutely mental. Hi, Rob Titheridge. Colin's in. Hi, Colin. Good to see you yesterday as well. And George, obviously, and Andrew yesterday. Devon time, yeah. Wholly unaware afternoon. Fattening up the chickens. Andy Beck, hi Andy. Dom, how you doing, Dom? Good to see you, mate. Andrew Pitt. Afternoon, Andrew. Kenneth, how you doing, mate? Brian. Cyberflyer. I got loads in today. I'm struggling to keep up here now. Paul Schuff, hi Paul. You're building up strength to attack this Macom. What's wrong with your Macom, Paul? I've got a Macom EM27 here. Nice radio. Simon's in as well. Met Simon yesterday. Welcome, Simon. Thanks for the solder as well. Simon sorted me out with some solder yesterday. Jess. Hi, Jess. And GT Jeff. Ben Humphreys. Georgie. His wife's birthday. Well, happy birthday to the wife, George. And also happy birthday to Daniel. I don't know if Daniel's in. He might be in later, but it's Daniel's birthday today. Well, Paul, you have to let me know if you need to get any voltages off of it. Right, okay, I think I said hello to everybody. So first off, you'll notice that I've got a present up on here. I've got a Prezi. This is from Mr. Cody's. I don't know if it's something that's going to explode. I better cover my beer over. So I think Paul wants to shoot off early today. So we're going to have a look at that first. I just dread to think what's in here. I mean, it's not from George, mind you, because we had edible anus last year from George, didn't we? If you remember rightly. Yeah, we had edible anus from George last year. Jesus. Anyway, this is a Prezi from Mr. Cody, presented to me yesterday. It's blue and bendy. I got something that's clear blue and bendy downstairs that was a present from George as well. What have we got here? Oh. A multi-comp solder wire dispenser. Is it though? I just never know. I just never know, Paul. I don't know. Something might jump out of this. It could be something totally different inside. But it is a solder wire dispenser. There you are. Thank you for that, Paul. That'll come in handy for the wire that Simon let me have. Which is on the stairs. So yeah, if you haven't got one of these, they are very useful. The only thing is they don't fit the ones with the thinner spools on them. They'll only fit the thicker ones. So I stick a drill bit in there for the thinner ones. But yeah, well worth getting if you haven't got one. Thank you, Paul. Now, yours is up in the loft, Paul, actually. So that'll be going off at some stage. I've got a couple things to post off. So yeah, there you are. Cheers, Paul. Thank you, mate. So Prezi from Mr. Cody's. So we need to go over and see Penguin a minute because he's feeling a bit left out over there. We need to see Mr. Penguin. How you doing, Penguin? Hello, Penguin. Wake up. So we're looking for number 6. Hi, Les. Let's see what he's got. Then I'll catch up. So let's see what Mr. Penguin's got today, shall we? It is a 6, isn't it? Yeah, of course. So let's have a look in number 6. And as usual, there is something in there. What have we got now? Oh, Peaky Blinder. No, I get confused. Got the Peakies. Peaky Blinders Stout. I do like the Peaky Blinders. Well, I don't personally know the Peaky Blinders, but I do. Thank you, Penguin and Mrs. Cruncher. So this is Peaky Blinders. It's a Christmas one. Yeah. I didn't notice he was carrying a Christmas pudding. That's a great series, Peaky Blinders, though, isn't it? It's even got a razor blade on the peeler. We better get in a bit closer for this. Where did she find that to? So, Peaky Blinder, Christmas pudding stout. So he's got his Christmas pudding there with his bottle of beer. We've got a razor blade for the pea. 4.5%, so it's not going to knock me stupid, which is always good. Made by Sadler's. Lots of tasting notes on it. But it is a stout. Number 5, Theo. Didn't you see yesterday's video? Didn't you see yesterday's video? Number 5 went down my neck yesterday. Well, the day before, actually. Get some of Simon Spire's soda on it. I know. It's good stuff. A broken Smurf. It's another rectum fryer. Is there a love affair going on here with Paul and Simon? I don't know what's going on here. I know they were quite close yesterday. Aston's saying it wouldn't be safe going to a radio auction. He'd come back with too much stuff. Well, I'll tell you what, I couldn't have got nothing else in the car, I don't think. Couldn't have got anything else in there. Let's pop the top on this one then. If I can find my opener. Let's get the Radiocruncher beer tankard, like a tankard. I think it should be compulsory to drink real ale from tankards. Really. So I've got. I'm gonna bring in. What should I look at first? Should we have a look at the pictures of the Murphy first? Because I think you're all quite keen to see the Murphy. Cheers, everybody. Happy Christmas. Yeah, it was banana bread beer. See, Anthony is paying attention. George is quite right. I mean, I bought a couple. Well, I bought one radio for a tenner from one of the stallholders that was there, and there was such brilliant radios going for a £5 in the auction. It was just, and a lot of them didn't sell. It's sacrilege, really. But what can you do unless you've got a massive warehouse and endless amount of time to do these radios? What do you do with them? Just such a shame. But you know, I think they're going to be scrapped. But there's a couple Murphy sets there that never sold for a £5. I mean, I peaked too early, really. I thought I was grabbing bargains at £5, so I picked up sort of 3 things for a £5. And I wish I hadn't really, because I wish I'd waited till later on. But, you know. Cheers, Les. Right, let's have a look at the pictures of the Murphy then. Let me just get onto the screen. I have had to remove one picture. Well, not. Yeah, we'll look at the Murphy and then we'll perhaps review the pictures from the auction. Would you like to do that? Let's have a look. Which way am I going? Am I going that way? Yeah, I'm going that way. Okay, screen cap cube. There we go. Let's go full screen. So you can see it's a bit of a monster, isn't it? There are some cosmetic issues. There's like a bit of gold inlay there that's got about a third of it missing, or just under a half missing. So that should extend right across. Sadly, that's gone, and the case is a bit beat up, really. It needs stripping and refinishing totally, this. But it should be fairly straightforward to do, because it's all flat, pretty much. Well, this front area is flat, so it should come up really nice. I mean, you can see this is my sideboard there. Until you can see how big it is. It's not as tall as I thought it was, actually. I thought it was taller than that, but it's a huge thing. It's a huge thing. There's my hi-fi stuff behind it. There's a view in from the top. So we've got lots of scratches and dings all over it. So it does need, I think it's been refinished before. So it needs probably stripping back with some nitramores and starting again. So there's the top. Again, it looks like this may have been touched up in behind as well. It's been a bit more messed about with than I would have liked, to be fair, but you know. So this is the inside, a very dodgy photo. As you can see, we've got a missing valve there, which we think is the rectifier. There was something else in here that's took some of the paint off. I'm not sure what was stuck in there, George. Do you any ideas? So we've got a rectifier missing, but I did pick one up yesterday at the swap meet. So I've got the Mazda valve that goes in there, a UU9 I think it is. So yeah, that's a close-up. Some of the other valves. Incidentally, I said to the guy on one of the stalls yesterday, "Have you got any valves?" And he said, "Yeah, I've got some that would fit the DAC 90A." I thought, "Oh, that's great." And he picked up this box of bulbs and started showing me. I said, "Is that valves?" He said, "Yeah, it's bulbs." I said, "No, valves." I said, "I think you pronounce it valves up here." He said, oh, sorry. I thought I said bulbs. Anyway, I'm digressing. It's valves, isn't it? Not valves. Tuning cap looks okay. Bit of cobwebs in here, but I don't know if it's been messed about with a bit. It's been messed with. I'm just hoping it's doable. I'm sure it will be, because you know we've got a new cap in here. Look, massive, great speaker. It's absolutely huge. There's a top view of the speaker. It is a monster speaker in that. That's going to sound amazing. But look, you know, we've got wires that are just joined together and not soldered. It's being got at, definitely. I've obviously not got the chassis out yet. And this is the all-important 6P1 valve. Now, I've actually gone and bought another one of these today. It's an extremely rare valve. They're very expensive to buy. Nobody had one at the swap meet. I got all the other valves bar this one, so I thought I'd like to get a spare set for it if possible. So this valve might be fine, but if it isn't, we'd be in trouble. So there we are. That's the Murphy. Shall we have a look at the pictures I took at the auction? You can have a look at some of the stuff that I was looking to bid on that I didn't get as well. Let me just exit the full screen there a minute so I can see what's going on with the chat a minute. Let's catch up with that. You were very good, Simon. I was surprised you didn't buy more, mate. There's loads. You did. There was a whole box of Magic Eye valves as well that went for 30 quid. I should have probably bid on that, but it would have been more than that. But well, yeah. George is saying the set doesn't show its full size. It is big. It is big. It's gonna be amazing. I've just got to try and persuade Mrs. Cruncher that she needs it in her life, really. See a Murphy jukebox, Mrs. Cruncher's new plant pot stand. What type of output stage does it have? It's only got a single valve output. It's not push pull, I don't think, Chris. It's just, yeah. Andrew's saying it looks original. Andrew's a bit of a Murphy man. Spideys. I've got the bridge rectifier valve less, so I think in fact I've got a couple. I've got an EZ40, which I think is an equivalent, and I've got the original one as well. Phil Taylor, evening Phil. What a beast. And the radio. Found a few odd things involved, radios. Yeah, I found an odd thing in that one as well, Chris. I know, Simon, that was a bargain, really, wasn't it? Shall we have a look at the pictures from the auction? Shall we have a look at the pictures from the auction? Theo is saying yes. I'm pouring out the Peaky. Yeah, that's quite nice, that. Christmas pudding stout. I don't know what the Christmas pudding is. But it's nice. It is nice. Right, let's have a look at the pictures then. Okay. Shut up, Graham, and get on with it. I know what you're saying. Shut up, Graham, and get on with it. Okay, this is the first set. I didn't get this. I did bid on this, but it went for a bit more than I wanted to pay, really, because it was only a little sort of Bakelite plasticky Philips clone, I think. Can't remember the name of it now, but it wasn't Stella, but it was something beginning with S. And we couldn't really make out what it was, but it was interesting. But I didn't get that one, unfortunately. 85. I was going to bid on 85, but I missed it for some reason. I think it's because I had the chat going on the live stream, and I was looking at that, and I missed that lot. So I can't remember what that was now. 86. Again, I had a couple bids on that. That was a DAC 10. A Bush DAC 10. Nice radio. It was in good nick as well. I had the badge missing off front, which is compulsory. This set here, I had a few bids on that actually, but it did go for quite good money in the end. That was a radio rental set in Bakelite. I thought it would have gone quite nice with my radio that I got from an auction a couple of years ago. Remember I did a series on restoring that one. Lovely, lovely looking radio. Very, very impressive looking radio, and it did sound brilliant. So yeah, sadly I didn't get that one. I did have a bid on it. This one, I was going to bid on this, but when they announced it, they did say it had been restored. So I thought, I don't really want one that's already been done. I want to do one myself. And it only went for about 30 quid, I think. It wasn't expensive, this. I think this grill cloth put a lot of people off. It's pretty shocking. Yeah, not keen on that at all, but, you know, I don't know what the badge, the label says on top, but, yeah, so that was the only civilian set that was in there. Now this, I did have a bid on this. This didn't go for silly money, actually. I can't remember what it went for, but I think it did it go for 90 quid? Or maybe less, I can't remember now. I'm sure if you're looking at this, I ought to try and get a chat up on my phone really while I'm looking at this, didn't I? And we will give you a censored picture at some stage of what George put in my lovely Murphy radio. He's an animal, he really is. And I believe the instigator was Mr. Andrew Ausfer, so I've been advised. Shocking state of affairs. Oh dear. Can I get this up on here? Yeah, I can probably get a chat up on this. Just pause that. What was it? I went for 90 quid. It says Villian tea towel grill cloth. It certainly was. Love 58. What was that, Simon? Yeah, that was a lovely radio. I would have liked that, but it did go for a bit much in the end. Well, it didn't go for much at all. No, I'll tell a lie, it didn't really. What was it? It was a rectum. It said rectum fried on it, actually, Simon. And I think it was something that was quite cleverly placed in the position where the rectum fryer should have been. Yes, thank you, Andrew. So I've got the chat on my phone now, so it's good. I can monitor that as we go. Right. So yeah, that was a people set. I don't really know much history about the people set, but I did want one of these. I should have probably bid on that, but I was hedging my bets on this German radio that I bought, because the German sets over here are a lot rarer than these, but these usually go for 200 to 300 quid. So that one was a bit of a bargain. And this one, oh, I wanted that. I did want that, and I did bid for it. Again, I think that went up. It didn't go up into triple figures, but it did go a bit higher than I wanted to pay. It's a Murphy set. I can't remember the model number now, but they're an iconic looking set. Stephen Hall, how you doing, mate? What on earth does puerile mean, Simon? What does that mean? Is that Devonian speak? So yeah, I would love one of these Murphy sets. I've bid on eBay as well and missed them. This was the only one in there, and someone obviously wanted it, and it went for a bit more than I was going to pay. But I will keep my eye out for one of those, because I'd love to get one of those and restore it. Andrew's saying it's an SAD 94L. Chris would have needed to hire a van. I'll tell you what, I nearly bid on that big lot that went for a £5 at the end. That was crazy. Now this was a nice set. Now, did you get this one, Andrew? I was going to bid on this 106, but I'm not sure if if that's the one that you got. I can't remember what it was now, but it was a nice looking set. Yeah, that's a nice looking set. I was going to bid on that, Andrew, but you were bidding on it, so I left you to it, mate. So, and I can't remember what it was now. Was it an Echo? I can't remember. Oh, it was Echo AC85. Yeah, it's a very nice radio. So hopefully we'll see that one again. And this one was very nice as well. I was going to bid on this, but Mr. Cody's. In fact, well, I did put a maiden bid on this, and then it started bidding up, and I didn't put another bid in because Paul started bidding on it, so I left him to it because I have got one of these, to be fair, but this one was in really good nick, very good condition, and it's the MB60, so it's the Volve version of the TR82. So very nice radio, and I'm sure Paul will show us that at some stage. This is the problem when you've got a bunch of you that are into the same sort of stuff. You can get into a sort of bidding war if you're not careful. But as I say, I have got one, so I left that to Paul. This I thought went for fairly cheap money. I think it went for 50 odd quid in the end. I've got a bigger picture of it. The next one, yeah, it's Bang & Olufsen. I have got one of these, but mine's got a bent handle on it, and the grill cloth's very ropey on mine, so I was going to have a bid on it, but I think that went for about 60 quid in the end. Something like that. I can't remember now. Can anybody remember what 192 went for? I think you probably got it written down there, haven't you? It works, does it, Paul? Yeah, I did. I was going to bid on that, but you were on it, so I left you with it, mate. Was there any communications receivers? There wasn't really, Chris. Not a lot. You don't have the EBM, Paul. You don't have the EBM 60, mate. The only one I've ever seen I had and sold it. Video Monkey. How you, Graham? Oh yeah, there was a few Eddistones on the stalls, but there wasn't a lot in the actual auction at all. So yeah, I'm not sure what that one went for, but it did go for a fair bit. This is the one that I was interested in, lot 208. And I did get this one. I mean, my picture's a bit ropey, but it was quite dark up on stage. So that's the German, what is it again? Vulcan, whatever it is. It's a VE301W. And this one's, it's basically a German people's set. This one was manufactured by Mende. But they were manufactured by about 3 or 4 different radio manufacturers over in Germany, and there's a lot of history behind that, and we'll do a separate video just on that radio. In fact, that'll probably last about 2 or 3 videos, but again, these photos are quite dark because I was up on stage and I was trying to capture pictures in between people looking at them, really. A 192 went for 58 quid. Yeah, I thought my brother might have had a go at that one, Andrew. So there we go. These always crop up in auctions. Well, in these auctions, and this one had been restored apparently. I'd like to have had a bid on it, but it actually went for 640 quid, I think it was. So I did make a note of the price, final price on that. I'd love one of these round radios. Yeah, it went for 640 quid in the end. I would love one of those, but sadly it's quite a way out of my price range. But one day I might get one, you never know. It wasn't in the greatest of conditions. This centerpiece, is this supposed to be round, this piece in here? I'm talking What about this bit here? This metal piece on the dial scale? Because it looks bent to me. That's sort of very off-putting to the eye. Whether it's supposed to be like that, I don't know. But there are iconic sets. I mean, the round echoes always fetch big money. Always. Let's say that one went for 640 quid. See this, I wanted this as well. 247, and I bid fairly high on that. But I think it went, I wanted it basically for this chassis. And I think there was the spare valves in it. There was replica batteries in there as well. Yeah, you can just about see the spare valves in the back for it. And this is quite an old Ever-Ready set. But I did bid up on it, but it just went for that little bit more than I wanted to pay, really. And I'd already just spent 170 quid on the German radio. So I needed stuff to be cheap after that. So I've got two of those sets. One is going to have to be restored, and the other one's unfortunately going to end up being a donor, but that's how it is, unfortunately. So yeah, Paul sent me a photo, so we'll have a look at that in a minute. It looks like Paul's already had done a bit of a spit and polish job on the on the oh, hang on, that's the EBM. That's the EBM, I think. Paul, isn't it? Have you got an EBM then? Sorry, I'm what's his name, isn't I? I'm jumping. Your sister threw it out by accident. Yeah, that's what I thought, Chris. It wasn't the best one I've seen there. I've seen a lot better ones than that before. And number 14 lives with me. I got that one. It ain't great. Probably paid too much for it being in great, but I think Mr. Cody's bid on that one as well. Yeah, it wasn't £600 worth, and that chrome bar was definitely bent. I thought it was. It didn't really appeal to me, that one, Andrew. Yeah, it is. I think it's all there. It's all original. The case has got some damage on it. The dial plate is got some damage on it, and the grill cloth has got some damage on it. So it needs a lot of work, that one. But they're nice little sets. I've never had one, and I fancied having one to ever play with, so I got it. So here's some pictures I took of the auction lots. So this is not stuff that I've bid on. This is just generally lots of stuff. So I'll leave these up for a little while, and we'll go through them fairly slowly. So there's some love. This is a speaker. Now that went for big money. That went for over 100 quid, I think, that speaker. Yeah, that went for some big money. There's a TV in behind there, lot number 3. This, I think, was a bit more of a modern repro. This is the one that I bought. There's a DAC 90 there. There's a People set there that went for, pardon me, really cheap. I think that was about 30 quid, that one. But it was missing the knob, it was missing the back. There was quite a few things up with it, but it did have a good case, so that went really cheap. Again, I probably should have bid on that. So there's loads of boxes of valves. And that down the bottom there, look, you can just about see the box of radios that Paul bought. The old Roberts radios. I stayed clear of them. I mean, if it's a box of Hackers, that would have been a different kettle of fish, but no, it's only them blooming old Roberts things. There was quite a bit of test gear there, so I think that would have probably that would have interested you, Chris. There's a fair bit of test gear went through. So there's the DAC 10. Now this thing here is very interesting. I don't know if I'm doing spoilers here, but this, I believe, number 87 was bought by Mr. Andrew Alsfa, and I think it's a capacitor reformer. Is that correct? But yeah, that's homebrew, but very well done. A really nice bit of kit, that. So we had a Hacker Mayflower 2. Again, I've already got 2 of those, but didn't go for big money. Can't really see what the other ones are. We've got TV in the background there, and one of those Bush VHF sets. There's the People's Radio over there. You can just see behind this chap. There's a bit of a close-up of the Bush. It's a nice case, this. Again, it's missing the logo, but the case was really nice. I can't remember what it went for. I did have a bid on it, but it went too high. So there was a little display I took a photo of in the back corner. Another Bush DAC 90A there. And we had a few of these accumulators, and I believe that Mr. Spires may have one of those. Again, this Bush set here, this VHF 80, I think it was, went for about £5. The Ferguson behind, I was going to bid on that. That one, actually, I don't think that's sold, which is a real shame because I do fancy one of those, but again, I was too slow, really. A Bush amplifier for the record players, one of those wonky U Bushes, which are horrible. There's that radio rental set in behind. Speaker, Bakelite speaker, very nice. More bits and pieces. You can see that People's set there. That's a Bush. I think that was a VTR 103, but it had been a bit got at. It had the wrong dial on it. This wasn't a Bush dial. I don't know where they got it from. And it had the wrong aerial, and the aerial was knackered. So I stayed clear of that one. But I wouldn't mind a VTR 103, but it would have to have it all there, really. Robert's rubbish. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Simon. City price valve. I didn't take any pictures of those, Simon. No worries, Paul. Yeah, there was a light projecting multimeter. It was that was old school stuff, wasn't it? Oh, the one that was a start bid of £1,000. Yeah, I think it went for. Did it go for 800 quid in the end, Simon? But there were some very, very rare valves there. You can see a little Dynatron pocket radio there that I think Mr. Cody's was after that. It went a bit high, really. I don't know why it went for so much, because I don't rate those at all. They're not great. Now, I quite fancied one of these really old sets, but they seem to fetch quite a bit, really. So there's some lovely stuff here. I mean, this was an old battery portable. You can just about see that Murphy in the background there. Is that People's Radio? This was a battery eliminator. And another one of these crystal sets. I must get hold of one of these just to have a look at, because I've never had one before. I mean, that was quite a nice one there. It had a set of crystal earphones in it as well. I'm not sure what this set on the right is. What is that? Is that Philips? It looks like Philips, doesn't it? This was quite interesting. Ferranti, they call it jelly mold radio, I think, and I was tempted to have a bid on that because I've got the wooden version. I've got the wooden cased version of it, but I thought I don't really need to. You just see the back end of Andrew's radio there that he's bought. That's that Bush. With the TV behind, another old Bakelite speaker. Yeah, I'm really not sure what the whole superinductance thing means, Andrew. I must do a bit more research on that. The Philips 274A is on the front of Radio. Yeah, nice old bit of kit. That's a bit better picture. Took a picture of some TVs for Leslie. Well, this was a massive, great thing. Huge, great console TV. I'm not sure what this little thing down there was. It looks again like, is that a Philips badge on it? I'm not sure. And we've got somebody just peeping into the shop there. This was a presentation they did to this chap here for his service really to the society. But you can see here some of the TVs that were lined up down the bottom. There was a lot of TVs and they didn't go for big money. The one that I liked was this little one here, Echo, in like sort of like a rosewood finish case. That looked really nice, and it didn't go next to nothing really, but I thought I don't really want a telly. That one was nice as well, but that went into 3 figures, I think. That one was that a Baird? I'm not sure now. For all you TV buffs, and you can see we've got a couple other suspects here. We've got the back end of Mr. Spires there. Look. We got Mr. Christofi and we got Mr. Ausfa. Just in front of him, hiding behind Andrew's head, was Mr. Cody's. You just about see his shoulder there. But yeah, I did like that that Echo set there. I really like that. Nice, iconic looking bit of kit. So we got, that was that one that went for 640, and that was it. Then we just got bits on the that German set that I picked up. And that's my stash from the garden. I took a picture of this earlier. So this is what I picked up, really. So we'll look at some of this in a minute. I think we'll either get this monster up on the bench first, or we'll get this box of valves and bits and pieces, because there's all sorts in there. I managed to get a CB radio as well. You'll see stuck in the corner there. There's a couple of presents from Mr. Christofi there, a Vidor set, and I think I'm trying to think of the brand on that one now. It's not Philips, but it's I can't remember now. But this one is actually a transistor set. Surprisingly, I didn't realise that till I flipped the lid on it. Again, I bought a couple of these 2 sets here are in the same box that I bought for a £5, I think. So it's an Ever-Ready Sky Queen, a Philips set. This is one of the more modern plastic ones. Another Philips set there. I think it's Philips, isn't it? And for some reason I bought a JVC Super VHS camcorder. Why? I don't need it. I don't need that. But look at this monster. This weighs an absolute ton. And it hasn't got the plug, Andrew. I haven't got the power plug for the blimmin' things. I can't even power it up. Well, I can, but not safely. And there's my German set, the VE301. And the Monster Murphy in front. So yeah, I think we'll probably have a look at this box of valves because there's a couple other bits. There's this strange wooden box that I've not opened up yet. And we've also got some old crystal headphones in there as well. I paid 15 quid for this box of valves. It's a bit random. I don't even know if they're radio valves. They're probably going to be TV valves, I expect. That's normally what I tend to buy. Of course, we've got another Murphy set. This is a set I picked up for a tenner. Unrestored, he said, but it's all there. Anything else to note there? Not really. I think that's covered it all, hasn't it? So there you go. If you haven't been to one of those before, well worth going to. As you can see, you know, there was some absolute bargains there. Just got to get back to my desktop and the chat. Let's catch back up. A big Bolgan plug, yeah, it is. They aren't cheap, probably not. But it's so beat up. It's so beat up, Andrew, that I don't even know if it's worth even plugging in. Jed, how you doing, mate? KB Toaster. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. It is 30 odd kilos. It's mental. I'm going to have to try and lift the blimmin' thing up in a minute. So red HG valve in there. You're on to a winner. Les is going to go next year. Nigel, how you doing, mate? You're skinned for months buying too much. I know. I know. I know. Right, let's move the Santa's lovely fireplace back and we'll get the goats out of the way, and I'll go and get this box of valves to start with and we'll have a look at that. The Murphy, what I'm going to have to do with the Murphy... Murphy? What's a Murphy? I should think so. The Murphy, I'm going to have to take that one out, the chassis out of that one before I can do anything with it. So let's get onto the bench and let me go out and get this whacking great box of valves, and you'll be able to tell me if there's anything of any use in there. As I say, it was cheap, so I didn't know what I was buying. It was cheap, so I've probably got a load of rubbish in here, but there you go. There's some big old valves. If anything, I could make some sort of display with them. I don't know. I don't think it... Will it fit on the bench? Oh, just... A nice pink box as well, look, for you. Let's get that light back in. Penguin doesn't need the light anymore. I'll have your camera back as well, Penguin, if you don't mind. So it's always interesting, these boxes of junk to go through. It's you're always going to find something of interest in there, I'm sure I will. Banter claws. What the hell is banter claws? What will they think of next? You've read Mercury, yeah. David Roberts, good evening, David. I wonder if I saw any younger people. Yeah, there was some younger people in there, but younger than what, really? There wasn't many younger than me. I was probably one of the younger ones there. Well, where do we start? We've got a wooden thing there. We've got loads of valves. We've got some boxed. Where do you start? I mean, there's some really lovely looking valves. I mean, look at that thing. Look at that. Some very, very fine filaments. That almost looks like a light bulb, doesn't it? It says Philips C1 mini watt. Let's get my goggles on, just see if those filaments are still good inside. Yeah, so that is probably some sort of bulb, is it? But the filaments are all intact on that. Let's get you in closer so you can have a look. Oh, ah! God, it's all falling down. Oh my. Oh my. Dear, oh dear. Right, okay. Let's get you in closer. So yeah, this is a big old thing. I don't think it's a valve. Is it a light bulb of some sort? It says Philips C1 mini watt. It's got R2 and B52 written on it. That's the base of it. It's just going to focus. There we go. But quite a big valve. Unusual. Not seen one of those before. I mean, what are these? What base is that for? I've never seen that. What sort of base is that? Anybody know? It's a Barretta voltage stable limiter. Cheers, Paul. Catch you soon, mate. Simon Spires. I thought he was nearly 90, Simon. A CT8 base. So we've got Mullard VP. I mean, this one's got OK2 written on it. We've got quite a few of these type of valves. We've got a SP13. We've got another VP13A with this sort of metallic coating on them. Let's get these out of the way then. There's some massive great valves in here. Huge great things. An SP4. That's a more like a decent valve base, isn't it? SP4. What am I going to do with these? We have to just pile them up one side here. Let's get that out of the way. God only knows what's in here. Oh, hey, oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. That is very interesting what I've just found there. That's that could make it all very worthwhile. Oh, damn. Oh, I've done it again. Slippery buggers these, aren't they? Oh, who said that? Who said that? Overhead valve? Real gold. Screen coating. Yeah, so we got a few of those. We've got another one there, a VP4 again. That's a similar sort of pinout to the rectifier in that valve tester I got. I mean, look at this thing. This is massive. Look at the size of that thing. Unfortunately, there's no mark on it. It just says Marconi. BVA. Made in England, 34N. It's a little bit loose on the base. You can see 5710 and 83 written inside. I don't know what that is. Anybody ever guess at what that is? If it'll focus. Come on, focus. Focus. Is that big bugger a pen 45? I really don't know. There's another big in here, look. But no marking again. Oh, hang on. No. We have got... No, this is a... AC 121 pen. Something AC 121 pen, this one. I think I'm zoomed in a bit close really, but it is definitely a valve. Rectifier, yeah. So this is an AC, it could be, pass. It's a master valve anyway. There's a lot of big valves in here. That was a UU5. A UU5 by the looks of it, whatever that is. Another one of our boxes, little thing. I mean, if these are all working, it's a gold mine, isn't it? Really. This looks like a MS4B. Looks like it did originally have a coating on this one, but that's peeled off. Yeah, these could just be pulls from stuff, couldn't they? So this is a 35, looks like L6 GT. I really need to get that valve tester sorted out, don't I? We can test all of these things. I mean, there's so many in here. I don't know which ones to pick out. This is NAPL 102. Oh, it's a VU39A. Come on, focus. Can you focus? ANM 10E/574 NAPL 102. Headphones look very interesting, David. We'll have a look at them in a minute. UU5 is a Mazda rectifier. The AC pen is an audio output valve. I mean, there's a massive... This is probably one of the biggest ones in here. Look at that. I mean, to be fair, that would make a nice showpiece on its own. Got a little... I take it there's some sort of ground connector on the side of it. Look. No, oh, hang on, there is a marking on it. This is an AC pen. Nothing else written on it, just AC pen. Mazda. So that is a big old valve, that is. I've not seen a bigger like that before. So we're doing well so far, I think. I'm just picking odd ones out that look a bit interesting. We've got some of these red-coated ones. These are usually fairly popular, but they've got weird bases on them. So this is an EBC 33 Mullard, I think. Come on, focus. I'll be over there for it to focus, I think. EBC 33, that's Mullard. Again, that could be okay, you just don't know. This is a Mullard EF9, but with this weird bass. I've never seen that in a radio before, so I'm not sure what radios use that type of bass. Anybody give me an example of a radio uses these? Osram, looks like MU14. (6X5), that rings a bell. I think I've got some of those. Over there, Graham. 6X5. Pre-war sets, so really old ones then. Okay. '20s and '30s TRF radios. I've already looked at that one. This one has got a very interesting grid inside it. Look at that. This is a 6K8G Tungsgrum. That looks fierce. Yes, a 6K8G Tungsgrum valve. Got this huge grate. I mean, that's pretty complex inside, that is. It's got a cheese grater inside that one for Parmesan. MU5 rectum fryer with DK38 as that base. Right. (6X5). That's our massive great thing. 6X5G Brimar. Another one of those great things. Let's look at MHD4. Don't know, that's deteriorated, can't really tell that. So it looks like we've got some useful stuff in here. Some of it's lost its markings. A Mullard CL33. I don't think that was any good. Listen. Yeah, that was at it. Well, that's like a VHT4 Ratley, a Cosser 43IU. Four pins, so that's probably a rectifier as well. A loose base on that one. I would have to look up what that. I'll have to look up what that Ferranti radio takes, because I've got some dodgy valves in that one that are going to need replacing. So we got one that's been taped up there. Look, Cosser. Looks like Pen B 4V1. Another Marconi valve. That one's a DH63. That one's sadly unnamed. Look at these. We've got two of these big things by the looks of it. I've got a pair of those. I mean, this one's, one of these is loose in its base. But impressive looking valves, aren't they? I'm sure we can rig up something. Perhaps we can drill a hole in the DAC 90A and stick those two at the top. Would we do such a thing? Okay, we've got something that looks a bit more familiar to me. It's like a UY8. So that one might, that does seem familiar, UY8. Is that in a DAC 90A? Not sure. Right, what else have we got? We've got a couple more of these red valves here. EF89. You would drill a DAC 90. Oh, lots of valves rattle, it's probably okay. Is this going to focus? Yeah, EF89. Another one of these funny bass things, ECH3. This looks rather pretty. How about that? I think that's is that homemade? That looks like some sort of homemade shield. I'm trying to see the valve inside. Something 34. EE34. So we've got an EE34 inside there, whatever that is. But it looks like someone's made up a shield for that. Yeah, it definitely looks like EE34, whatever that is. Anything else I've noted in here? We've not got anything that fits any of the radios I bought, I think. 6K76. But these little plastic bags, I didn't notice that, but I've just found them. We've got some very old Bakelite knobs in here. Volume, long wave, medium wave, gram, volume, slightly different sizes, tone, wave band. So I don't know, any ideas what that would have come off of? Any ideas? They're in good condition. The Bakelite. Can never have too many Bakelite knobs. Just found me knob. He drill anything. He's a driller. We've got some more. And these have got an interesting pointer on these. Make my own valve radio next year just for the knobs. These have got an interesting pointer on them. See that? I mean, I don't remember seeing those on a radio. Then we've got like a chicken head pointer knob. There's more. There's more. I don't know if this is off just one radio or two. I don't know. Fun using power tools. So we've got a bezel for something there. That looks like one of those Phillips sets, actually. Again, it's in really good condition. I don't know what this is off of. A couple lumpy Bakelite knobs. I mean, I paid 15 quid for this lot. Surely that's got to be a good deal, assuming that any of them work. See a couple other Bakelite knobs. That one's quite a nice tortoiseshell sort of colour. This one's a bit blacker. Wow. And some more knobs. These are chunky. Nobody any idea where these knobs, what these knobs would have come off of? These are quite nice. Just marked E4, E6, and E2. I don't know. Boxes of stuff like this are always interesting, aren't they? And we've got last one. This looks unusual. Now that is wooden. These are wooden knobs with still got grub screws in them, but they're wooden. Any ideas? Yeah, we're getting to that. We're getting to that, Doug. Because that crystal headset is not just your normal one. That looks pretty hefty. So there we are. That's the knobs that I didn't even realise were in here until I started digging around just now. Now let's get that headset out. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else exciting. There's a lot of duplication of valves in there. So we've got this crystal headset here. Now what is this? This is heavy and very old. It's got BBC written on it. Brands Superior. Matched tone, trademark made in England. Brands Superior. Anybody ever heard of that? So they're ex-BBC. I mean, look at the engineering on these things. They're phenomenal. I mean, I don't know what's going on inside there, but that doesn't look healthy. Is it going to focus? Oh, looks like they unscrew. Let's have a look inside here then, see what's inside, if anything. I've never took one of these apart, to be fair. I've only got one other set of crystal headphones in here. I take it that's supposed to replace the diaphragm, so maybe the diaphragm's gone in that, perhaps. I don't even know how they work, people, so extremely well engineered, mind you. So someone's done a bit of a repair on them in the past. Let's have a look in this one. Nothing to do with cluster. 2K impedance. Cluster brands. Okay, so now we've got what looks like a diaphragm. So it looks like we've got a diaphragm missing in one, haven't we? I'm not going to mess with that too much because I don't know enough about it to pull it apart yet. So I might have to do a bit of research on that. But we think it's cluster brands, do we? Brands Superior. So they've got the BBC written on them as well. So yeah, matched tone apparently. Again, I've not been into headphones like that at all, so I really don't know. So anybody got any ideas on those, you'll need to let me know whether they can be refurbished or what. But touching the end wires together, you should hear a faint click. Okay. And we've got some lovely terminals as well. Look at that. So can we hear a click? No, can't hear a click really. We're supposed to be able to hear it in the actual headphone, perhaps. No, not really. Not really. I think there's a problem. I think one of the diaphragms has gone there, but interesting bit of kit anyway. Also in the box there's a lot of boxed valves. We've got a Mazda, says UBC, that's the DAC 90, isn't it? UBC something or other. In authentic toilet paper. Oh, an EBC 41 that is. Is it going to stabilise? Come on. Oh, we're buffering a bit now. EBC 41, valve. It's marked a UBC 41 on the box, but it's an EBC 41. I will have to catalogue all of these. Oh, we've got loads here. Where do you start? 6. Oh, this has got a little bit of paper attached to it, so this must be important. Except the paper's blank, so maybe not that important. So it says it's a 6A89. Mullard? Where are we? Yeah, 6A8G, actually, not 9. So we've got a dial lamp bulb attached to this box. It's a bit random, isn't it? What's that one then? Something 0.5 volts, 0.3 amps. Random. So these are 6K7, 6A8, 6Q something. And then we got a space shuttle job here, look. So it says 3 good UL41. So it looks like we've got UL41s in there by the looks of it, and this says they're good. 3 of them. Again, is that a DAC 90 valve? DAC 90A valve? No, so we've got a KT2, that's a big old beast by the looks of it. What on earth is that? Is that another one of these? Is that a KT2? So we've got a KT2 that looks like a big beast, whatever that is. Yeah, that's another one of those weird thingies. Again, looks intact. Mullard the master valve, look, and this, according to the packet, is a PM24. Made in Holland. It's certainly not new. It's very very wibbly wobbly in the base. A PM24. So I've got 2 of those in here. Three good UL41s are worth what you paid for the box. UL41 is in that Murphy U198 radio you've got. Okay. Right, okay. They are in the DAC 90. Excellent. So we've got another Mullard the Master Valve box. And I don't know what's in this one. Okay, this is a 354V. 354V. Just going to focus on that. Doesn't even sound like a valve number. Definitely says 354V on it. Cheers, cheers Aston, catch you soon mate, thanks for popping in. And it looks like we've got 2 these are big old valves, these are. I haven't got any radios that use valves this big, I don't think, have I? I might have. Oh, it's got these weird bases on it again, so I won't ever use these, I don't expect. CBL1. And there's another CBL1 there. So, you know, I'm your new big valve stockist. I've got some that I can use there, but if anybody needs any of those, it says all sorts of weird and wonderful stuff in here. What's this thing? Oh. That looks like a 607G. Another UY41. A 25Z6. National Union, made in the US of A. 25Z6. Let's get another output. Right, so the big thing that I'm looking at is down here. You see, we've got a wooden box. What is in the wooden box? Don't ask me, because I haven't got a clue. I've not got a clue. I'm going to have to move some of these valves back a bit. So I'll have to look up those headphones. I'm sure there's people that have got sites for restoring those old headphones. But let's have a look at what's in the box. Anybody got any guesses as to what's in the box then? Any ideas? I'm disappearing off the edge of the bench here. No, wrong one. Oh, it's got leads. Oh, it looks like a solid wood box. It looks like a DC voltmeter. Continuity. Off. What on earth is that? I mean, it's got dovetail joints in the box. This is homebrew, I think. Very old homebrew. It's got one of these early sort of like fiberglass material. Someone's false teeth are in the box. Let's just get this box of valves out of the way a minute. We've not even got to look at any radios yet. We've got half an hour left. Dear, dear, not looked at anything. I've got this whacking great thing up on the bench, so I can get that out of my way. Let's get those out of the way. Be careful, don't knock that radio off the top there. Whoa. I mean, I haven't got a clue how something like this would even work. Compressed cotton and resin, Paxilin. Okay. The ashes of a long dead cat. What does it say on it? Let's get you on the overhead camera so you can have a closer look at it then. A bit of glare from the light. Let's get that away. Shade the light a little bit. It's this blue light here that's blowing it out. So it looks like it says a moving coil. It looks like 1,000 mega ohms. Let's just darken that down a little bit. It's blowing it out there, isn't it? I'm sure there's a date of 1952 on that. Let's get a bit of isopropyl on there, just clear that dial off a little bit. Any ideas? A homebrew meter. It's a meter with shunt resistors. Workroom is full. Catch you later, Dom. I mean, how would this... Can I just connect a battery up to it and see if it works? Or is it not that easy? Is it not that simple? Let's connect just a 1.2 volt battery up to the thing then. That made me jump then, the clip popped off. Oh, dear. Still trying to get the terminals on here. How is it powered? Okay, so whether that's 1 to 5 volts, and that's reading, it's working. According to that, it's one. If that's 1 to 5 volt scale, that's reading 1.2 volts, and I mean that's really a 1.2 volt battery. Let's see what it reads on my my meter. I'm in a bit close now. .37. Try the next scale. Okay, so that's a higher scale. So we've got, I can't quite read what it says on here on the knob, so we've got some readings there. It looks like con on the last one, continuity, 50 volts. Is that 200 volts? And con. So probably on the 50 volt scale now, that would be 100 volts. And is that con? Con? Let's get a resistor. Let's find a resistor somewhere. I've got resistors come out my ears here somewhere. Let's find a resistor. What have we got here? Just a normal wire wound resistor will do. What have we got here? 220 ohms. Let's see if it works on continuity then, if that is continuity. But surely for continuity it'd have to have some sort of battery in it, wouldn't it? What? It's working. It's a nice meter movement, isn't it? I don't know what that indicates though. I mean, it's just continuity, I suppose, is it? Let's just try something that's got continuity. I don't know. Test lead. Okay, so yes, it is a continuity tester. That's clever, isn't it? Still has a battery inside. It's reading 1.4 volts. Each line is 0.2 volts. Okay. Yeah, so it is accurate. Amazingly, I take it this is some sort of calibration, perhaps. I mean, that's a nice old bit of kit, isn't it? Let's just take those probes off. I mean, these are very well made. Cloth covered wire. I just wonder whether we take the bottom off, or are we going to look at something else? Oh, hang on. Hang on, I don't think we need to. I think it comes out. Ah, it comes out. It just came out of the box on its own. Interesting. So we've certainly got a very modern 1.5 volt battery in there, Duracell. So a meter movement with a, take it this is a shunt on it, a coil, a Covern 500 ohm potentiometer, nice wafer switch. This is this weird board. There you go. Very interesting bit of kit that was probably built quite some time ago. So we've got a 3K 5% resistor. That one looks like it's got a red band on it. I'm not sure what that means. Gold. This one's probably a high spec one. There you are. Interesting old bit of kit, and we haven't even looked at a radio yet. Oh dear. It's the sort of thing that someone would have spent probably weeks and weeks working on that, wouldn't they? just sits in there. So if anybody wants a nice old voltmeter, let me know. Oh, that's amazing, isn't it, what you can get in these things. Let's get rid of me for a minute. And there's something else in there as well. We've got another, looks like an earpiece, spare earpiece for headphones. Should we have a look at a radio then, or should we have a look at this massive grate? Let's get this massive grate thing out of the way. Let's put my my nice German radio on the floor. Oh Christ, what have I just done? Trashing Mrs. Cruncher stuff. I don't know if this is going to collapse the bench, this thing. It absolutely weighs a ton. This is a plastic workbench. I don't think I can get it sideways. It doesn't sound good, does it? But why on earth did I buy it? I really don't know. I bought it because I felt sorry for it, and it was a £5. It was £5, this thing. I'm going to have to lift this properly, otherwise I am really going to be in trouble. Bloody hell. Excuse my French. Oh, flip. Oh, oh ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, Graham. You fool. You absolute idiot. What have you bought this for? Jesus. What have I got here? All I can say is it's massive and it's beaten up. But it is a fantastic thing, isn't it? I mean, look at this. Proper engineering, that is. So if you didn't know, it's a signal generator by Marconi. I should be able to get in on the, if anyone's got any info on this, you'll have to let me know. So it's a TF144H/4. It's a thing of beauty. You can have this one, Rolf. It's a £5, mate. You've just got to come and pick it up. Michigan MI. Remove that cell. You're interested. What are you interested in, Chris? Oh, in the meter. It's lovely, isn't it? Remove the Duracell. Andrew likes to look at that. the meter, that is. You don't want this one, Ralph. It's built like a battleship, perfect for the burial of small pets. I'll tell you what, it could be the end of my bench, actually. I'm gonna have to get it off fairly soon. It was last tested in 1994 by the looks of it. Yeah, it passed its electrical test in 1994, look. According to the label on the bottom. At least we've got a BNC for the RF output, which is good news. The bad news is I don't think I've got a bulging cable that big. A bulging, so the input for it is over here. So it takes a pretty lumpy bulging. Now I have got some big bulging plugs somewhere, but I don't think they're that. I think they're 4-pin, not 3. So we might have to just see if I can change that for a cooker socket or something, maybe a kettle socket. It looks like that's been replaced at some stage. So I can't power this thing up at the moment. Oh, look at it. It's absolutely lovely, really. It is very, very nice. But it cost a fiver, that. I mean, look at this frequency display window, that. Clunks in place. 4 to 8 megahertz. Let's start at the bottom, shall we? Okay, so A is 10 to 20 kilohertz. 10 to 20 kilohertz. Mental. 20 to 40, 40 to 80, 80 to 200, 200 to 535, 535 to 1.6 megs, 1 to 2 megs, 2 to 4 megs, 4 to 8, 8 to 16, 16 to 32, 30 to 72. So basically it goes up to 72 megs. It looks like it's AM only. I can't see an AM. I'll tell you what, it's very, oh, look at this. So you've got one of these old indicator bulbs here, that fused. You can't see because I'm zoomed way in too close. So we've got output attenuator here. So it looks like in 10 dB steps. So you've got 0 dB, 10 dB, 20 dB, 30 dB, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 dB, 110 dB. Modulation. Looks like 0 to 80%. What's this output EMF? Set the carrier, set modulation. Still got the glass in there. Fine tuning. So we've got some crystal check. Carrier wave. 40 hertz modulation, 1 kilohertz modulation, external modulation, carrier off, interrupt carrier, external modulation, ground. What's this one for then? We've obviously got another output there, direct output, RF output. That's a monster. That's a beauty, isn't it? It's been beaten to hell. I mean, it'd be interesting to see if it works. I mean, probably because of the damage on the thing, I think we'd need to take the front or somehow. It's too big to work on my bench. You can see the whacking great dent in the corner there, look. $75 ohm, you think? I don't know. I'll have to look up the info on it. I think Andrew knows a bit about him. I think Andrew really wanted this. I think he was a bit gutted that I won this. I think he actually wanted that. Could have bought a house for the price of that back in the day. I bet. It's built like an absolute tank. Are the mains inputs not correct, nor is the BNC? Oh, thank you, Anthony. Why did I buy it, Chris? I bought it because it was a fiver, and I didn't realise until Andrew didn't tell me till afterwards that it weighed £70. He waited for me to buy it and then told me it weighs £70. Flipping out! I've got to get this off the bench because it's gonna wreck the place here. Hang on. Here we go. Gotta make sure I lift this right. I've already done my shoulder in lifting it out of the car. It's nearly time to finish. Oh dear, we're going to have to do this again tomorrow, aren't we? I think we're going to have to do it again tomorrow because I'll show you the one thing that well, the most expensive item then that I bought. Move it forward a little bit so I can get it in the camera shot. There we are. This is what I bought myself for Christmas. So it's a VE301. Dial seems to work. Grill cloth is lovely on it. It's in really good condition. I mean, look. Look at the shine on it. You can see banter claws in it. TRF set. It's what do they call it? I don't know, but it's got a weird name. So the thing that I'm interested in is having a look in the back of it, because as I say, I don't know what's been done to it, if anything. I don't know if it's got any valves in it. Nothing. We've got a British plug on it. It says "Made in England" inside it. It says "Made in England." Ain't easy being wheezy. So this is the German People's Radio from about 1933. So I'm going to undo this a minute. So it's got an old MK 13 amp plug on it, made in England. It says on it, look, Volksempfänger. I can't pronounce it. But, so let's get you in a bit closer on the back panel then. I don't know what that noise was for. It's an unusual phone noise. Don't know what that was. Don't know what that strange noise was anyway. So it's quite good. It's got the positions for the different voltages on the transformers. This is a transformer set. I think they made a smaller, cheaper version that had a dropper on it. This would have been dearer back in the day, but still made really cheap. And this was Goebbels, is it, or Goebbels? Goebbels, isn't it? I think he is his brainchild really to bring out a people's radio that was affordable for the workers. But it's all in German. So it says about the main, it tells us our valve lineup. So it's like a 6354. Oh, I don't know what they mean. So 354, 164, and a 904 valve. We got a little diagram of how it's supposed to be wired up to an antenna. So we've got ground is the first pin and the aerial is the second. And in the side, we've got a nice set of jack plugs. And you could get an adapter to go in the side of this with a switch on it, like an antenna switch, so you can switch between different aerials, I believe. I've done a little bit of research on it, but not a lot, people, so don't expect me to be an expert on this, because I'm not. Let's zoom you out a little bit and I'll get this case off and we'll have a look inside, and then we're going to need to call it a day for today, which is a shame because I've got so much here. I've filled the whole room up with stuff to show you, but I've got waylaid again, haven't I? Nothing new there. So this is going to be interesting to see what's inside here. This may have been restored, and I'm really not too bothered if it has, because it would save me a lot of head scratching. That screw seems a bit tight there. It might just be that the... So it's nice that it's got the backboard as well. So this is the first time I've looked inside this, so you're seeing this live with me at the same time. So we've got a washer loose there. Look at that, we've got the actual circuit diagram on the back, so there's no mistake in there. Typical German efficiency, isn't it, really? So yeah, it looks like the valve lineup is a REN 904, an RES 164, and an RGN 354. Valve's looking pretty good, Nick. It's in really good condition, it really is. We've got to replace the speaker cable though, because that's gone very crispy. Very crispy, so we're not going to be able to fire this one up in a hurry without doing some work on it. It's a big old speaker. I think these are made of... that's actually a metal one. Yeah, very interesting, but the speaker wires had it. What an interesting radio, isn't it? That's lovely. So it looks like it's in the 240 tap-in. Very careful, I don't want to damage that. We've got a fuse in behind that valve there. It looks like someone's put little labels. They put labels on here. There's also a label on the chassis inside that you can't really see. Let's get back down to the guts of him. So this is an interstage transformer, I believe. We've got our mains transformer over here with different tap-ins on it. But this wire has absolutely had it, which is a shame, but it's in great condition though. I'm really pleased with that. So that's going to be a very careful restoration project, that one. I mean, bearing in mind this is pre-war, pre-Second World War. I don't know if the serial number means anything. 26719 by the looks of it. I think if there was any Nazi symbols on it, they would have been rubbed off, I suspect. So whether there was anything on it, I don't know. But it's nothing there. It will need to come out of the chassis to have a look underneath it. How is it? Is it bolted in from underneath? Yeah, looks like 2 screws hold the chassis in. But look at that for a speaker, that's crazy. So it's got like a pin, I believe, that acts on the speaker itself directly. I'd love to take it out of the chassis, but we really haven't got time today. Whoa. So it's quite an iconic radio. Speaker isn't big enough. If you want one, Mac, it's nice. Super Regen, there you go. Les told us. Don't mention, yeah. Does it say made in China? George is saying it's a reproduction. It's not a reproduction, George. It's missing listening to foreign stations is death tag. Yeah, you can get that. That's Ralph saying you found some sleeving in China that looks just like the old cloth covered stuff. Yeah, you imagine the stuff that was pumping out of this back in the day. I mean, power it up, it'll be great. Not much in what, Chris? Oh, not much inside it. No, it's not really. It was designed to be a cheap set, wasn't it? Those cabinets crack if you look at it wrong. Can it speak in English? I don't know. I mean, the actual Bakelite is really good. The only side that's a bit ropey is this side here. It's quite dull on this side. You can't really. Can you see that in the camera? Yeah, you probably can. It's quite dull here. So whether someone's loved it too much and cleaned it, you can see there, can't you? It's quite dull just in this area. There's nothing really there that would cause it to overheat and go dull. So I think someone's probably just rubbed through the surface finish on it. So maybe a bit of wax or something like that will bring that back up. Yeah, very interesting set. So we definitely need to do a bit of work on that. Right, we need to get the advent calendar up. Let's pop that one back out the way. Let's do the advent calendar, then it'll be back down with Mrs. Cruncher then. Who's smashing the place up by the sound of it. Ooh. And we certainly don't want to be knocking any tools onto the top of that, so let's alter that around. Coming number 6 then, where are you? Can you see number 6? It looks like a TRF, is it? I'm not sure. I mean, I think Les said it was a TRF. Oh, it's a Super Regen, it is. It's a Super Regen, apparently, Chris. Glass Singer would love it. Yeah, I bet he would. Germany Calling, yeah. Be interesting to get some of the old recordings if I can, and play through it with the thing. So I've got the number 6 down here. That you're lagging behind me. It's actually down here. It's down underneath Santa's tool set. It looks like you've got a nice tool set down there as well. So we're down here. Number 6. You've never seen one in Berlin, and I've been here 10 years. Yeah, I suspect they've been made to get rid of them. I expect, Andrew, but not those. Oh, this particular one. Some of the later ones had the swastikas on them, and a lot of those have been defaced. Really, well, had to be defaced, I suppose. And what on earth have we got here? Oh, I know what this is. This is a fancy magnetizer, demagnetizer. That. Ah, fancy. Let's put that one down out the way then. And what happened to yesterday's? What happened to yesterday's? I'm not sure. Don't know what I've done with yesterday's piece. The bit holder. Where did that go to then? It's here somewhere anyway. Probably knocked it on the floor, I expect. Right, so I assume this possibly goes up here, but it's a magnetizer and a it says magnetizer both sides. Oh, demagnetizer that way. Okay. Let's just check, see if that works a minute. So that's magnetic at the moment. That screwdriver's magnetic. Can we demagnetize that then? No, well, it's less magnetic. That weird noise again. Yeah, there we go. So, magnetizing it. I've demagnetized it too much. There we go. Works. Excellent. German radio, German tools. That's a bit of a German theme going on here. I assume that goes in there. There we are. Nice little set of tools again, courtesy of Weira and Mrs. Cruncher. So thank you, Mrs. Cruncher. You've got the star one, yeah. That was the last one out. I think that you can still get that one, George, can't you? But as I say, this must be fairly recent. So we've got the German radio saying bye-bye. We've got lots more to come. I mean, I've got another 2, 4, 6, 7 radios in here at the moment. We've got the other one downstairs, 8. There's loads of radios still to come, people. So unfortunately, we've only had time to quickly look at that one. I'd love to get that out of the chassis. So maybe tomorrow we'll pop that one out of the chassis just for a quick look underneath, because I'm really dying to know what's inside it. Thanks, Nigel. Use them for TVS screens. Oh, for TV screens, yeah. You've got his speeches on MP3. Okay, that'll be interesting. I know Chris, when he put his last video before last out, that had some German recordings on it. So thanks for that today, people. Thanks for dropping in and joining me to have a look at what start to look at what we got at the auction. That's a monster signal generator. If anyone's got one of them plugs, let me know. I'm not sure, it might be able to convert it. So hopefully you've enjoyed that. So yeah, some interesting little things, and it's good to find out these things together, isn't it, really, and discover this stuff. So bye for now, people. Don't forget, like it, thumbs up. Don't forget, also this Sunday coming up, we've got the giveaway of that amazing power supply from Mike. So catch you soon. Have fun and stay safe, all the rest of it. Bye for now.